place. He works for SOCOM. And he's #1 on my list tonight because he brought me a replacement key lanyard from SOCOM, so I'm just so thrilled. And tonight his speech is on a really very serious topic that really is affecting every place in the world today, and that is terrorism. So Bryan, say it.
Thank you, Toastmaster and folks. Right. First thing I'm going to ask you is, how many terrorist organizations are a threat to the United States? How many names do you have? A dozen? 10?
20.
20?
102.
59. 59 terrorist organizations are a threat to the United States. Now first of all, terrorism's got a definition. It's got to be a foreign organization. It's got to be a threat to the United States. It's an organization that must threaten the security of the United States, defense, so forth, and conduct numerous activities overseas or towards the United States and its partners. So, the process that the Department of State owns this list. It investigates it with the FBI, goes to different places around the world, sees what's going on, and makes an assessment. It makes judgment, does a lot of research, and once it gets on the list, it is there until it does. It looks at its funding, everything else. Now, the profiles that were originally before September 11th, the age group was 18 to 25. They were uneducated. They were poor families. They just didn't have anything else better to do in life, So they're easy targets. They're easy to be hired on as threats. September 11th changed all that. We realized they were radical individuals. They were educated. They had a lot of money, and they just didn't like the West at all. So what does terrorism do? It's a large-scale activity where it requires the media. If it's just one person, it's just going to kill one person. But it requires a large event, and it requires the media to make it a threat. They're just scared. They're frightened. To do something, prevent you from doing something, whatever. Now, some of the terrorist organizations that you're probably familiar with: the Hamas, Hezbollah, FARC, Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab, probably you've never heard of. ISIL, Al-Qaeda. Now, Al-Qaeda, they're a group that everybody's afraid of. But did you know there's more than one Al-Qaeda version? There's multiple versions. There's Al-Qaeda Afghanistan, which are a threat. That's what Taliban used to harbor them. They are not on that list. Taliban is not on that list. They are not a threat to the United States. They just harbor Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. So the other ones are Al-Qaeda, Islamic Maghreb. They are in North Africa. They are the biggest part of North Africa. Let's look at Libya. This is where they got hold of all the stuff in Libya, the arms and stuff like that, became a major threat to the forces of that. The other one is AQAP, which is what I call AQAP. It's the Al-Qaeda Arabian Peninsula. They're primarily in Yemen and Saudi Arabia. They are, believe it or not, they are the biggest threat to the United States. You would never think that little place would be the biggest threat to the United States. Because that's where the shoe bomber came from, and that's where some of the other bombers was against the ships. Now, ISIL is another organization. It's kind of like a spin-off of Al-Qaeda. It originally started in Iraq. It was formerly called Al-Qaeda Iraq. It's now part of, still in Iraq, still in Syria today. But there are also other versions of ISIL that you probably didn't realize. There's ISIL in Sinai Peninsula, which you've heard of. They shot down and took down a Russian plane. Then there's ISIL in Quraysh, which is in Syria. So it's really a very complex thing. Now you find ISIL in North Africa too. They're all mixed. Now what is the difference between ISIL and Al-Qaeda? Not much. They're the same. The only difference is Al-Qaeda is a group that's against the West. It really doesn't like the West at all. It'll do anything to destroy it. ISIL is different. They just want to have a own little organization called a caliphate in their own little country, in their own little world. They just want to control that part of the world. Now, Al-Qaeda is it's a group that's funded, self-funded, or funded through donations. Primary Saudi Arabia is their donator, which is kind of ironic for situations that I know. But anyways, but they are a low threat now because mostly everybody has stopped their funding, so they're not a big threat. ISIL gets its money through the oil, where Syria and Iraq is. It is a $3 billion organization a year. $3 billion. That's how much it produces money. And it sells that, it block markets that oil at 40 to 75% lower than the market price. So that's where it gets in it. And they're masters of the media. They're not stupid people. They're masters of the media and recruiting a lot of people from all over the world to get there. Next is Al-Shabaab. You ever heard of Al-Shabaab? They're Eastern Africa. They're just there in Somalia, primarily Somalia, Ethiopia, Kenya. They cause a lot of crap. They're the ones that cause that damage, chaos in the marketplace in Kenya. They've been kind of broken up. Like lately, they've been kind of downplayed a little bit. But lately, the other thing is they align themselves with Al Qaeda. Once any organization outside, whatever, aligns themselves with another terrorist organization, they become a terrorist organization. Last is Boko Haram. Who ever heard of Boko Haram? They are Western Africa. Believe it or not, they are the most lethal terrorist organization. And they have aligned themselves with Al Qaeda for money. Now to put some things together. Did you know 95 people were killed last year in wounded, 250 wounded in the capital of Turkey? Didn't really reach the media that much, did it? I mean, you briefly heard about it, but you hear more about Belgium and Paris. This year, 41 people died in the same city from Al Qaeda, or ISIS, and PKK. And last, let me put some serious facts in. Did you know Boko Haram killed 2,000 people last year? 2,000 people. Did you know in 2015, they killed 6,640 people in West Africa? That outdid ISIL. They are a ruthless group. They're not much of a threat to us, but they're just not very good. But anyways, if you have any questions about